here, and I'm really chuffed to be invited by Di to come and support her tonight because she's such an awesome friend. But I was a little bit nervous about coming to gig here because I actually have an ex who lives around the corner. Yeah, right? Yeah, so I was a little bit nervous that I might, bump into him and stuff. Because you always have that one ex who's just completely and utterly mental. Yeah, we've all had that one ex that's complete nuts. Well, I was his. Yeah. And actually, it wasn't an ex-boyfriend, it was an ex-husband. Yay, because I'm divorced. No, wow, okay, great, not fans of divorce. I'm a big fan of divorce because before then, I did not have enough material to be a full-time comedian. He got the house, I apparently got you guys. Two-way street. But it's difficult going through divorce and stuff like that because I actually left him about 5 years ago, but it took 3 years to do the whole process, like a long time, because there are 9 stages. Yeah, 9 stages to get divorced, which I thought was ridiculous because there's only like 5 stages of grief. Yeah, it just would have been so much quicker if he'd have died. Too dark, too soon? No dick husband jokes, fine. It's all right. We've got living jokes for him as well, it's good. It was very amicable. And I do realise there's a lot of couples in here this evening. And talking about divorce, it can make couples a little bit uncomfortable. Yeah, I mean, it's true. I feel like couples look at me now like I've morphed into some sort of crazy divorce whisperer. Yeah, like I'm just randomly going up to happy couples and being like, 1 in 3. I'm not, because it's 1 in 2. Because of the pandemic. But it was... but it was amicable, because we didn't have any kids or anything like that, and that did make it a lot easier. And we didn't have kids because I have a condition. It's called selfishness. And don't worry, it's not contagious. So I'm not fucking sharing it. So yeah, it was, it was easier. And actually, you're a really nice crowd, so I'll be honest with you about why I actually never wanted kids. Basically, I got bitten by one when I was really little. It terrified me. It's a real thing. But it's weird going through like a breakup and divorce, because what I realised, the hardest thing of all of it is people love to give you advice, yeah? And the advice I got all the time was, Sarah, there's nothing lonelier than being with the wrong guy. Have you heard that one? Yeah. There's nothing lonelier than being with the wrong guy. And do you know what there is? Being alone. Lonelier. What I found is after about 3 months after I left him, I had to go to one of my best mates' weddings. And no one wanted me there because no one wanted to see the future. No one wanted me there. So I rocked up, obviously twatted, really drunk. And so what she did is at the reception, she sat me at the back of the room, right? So I was on the back of the room, sitting on a table, just with happy couples, right? And so I was trying to chat with these couples, and in that moment I kind of realised, you know what, I do miss being in a relationship, because I really miss being passive-aggressive. It's the best bit. So at one point, one of these women turned to her husband and went, "Style. Looks like my wine glass is just going to flop itself!" I was like, wow, okay. And because of that comment, all the guys panicked and they just went to the bar to get drinks for the ladies. And whilst they were gone, one by one, the ladies just started slagging off their husbands. Loving it. So the first one, she was like, mine, he don't listen. Now, I'm telling you, he's going to come back with the wrong drink. He doesn't listen to any words I say. The second one was like, mine, it's the cleaning. Yeah. You can ask him where the Hoover is, he wouldn't be able to tell you. And then the third one was like mine, it's the video games. Yeah. I could burst in the room, naked, all he cares about are his video games. And then they looked at me, and I went, oh no, guys, I'm actually, I'm single. And went, oh my God, that's awful. You're single? Ugh, that's terrible. God. You're so brave. Look at you here, all on your own. So brave. But don't you worry, he's out there. Yeah, he's out there. Don't you worry, he's out there, he's looking for you. Don't you worry, he's out there, he's looking for you. I was at the edge do you know what? He was out there, he was looking for me, and he never listened, never cleaned, always paid for me. So I fucking left him! Obviously, I did, you know, to the happy couple. 1 in 3. But it is, you know, it's weird being single now, and sort of like being divorced, because I didn't know anyone else like my age that was divorced. I was kind of like the trailblazer of the group. And I only knew 2 people that were divorced. My parents. Of all the fun things to inherit. And my dad liked to give me advice. And I was like, no. I was like, no, Dad, this is like too close to home. Like, this is literally too close to our broken home. He's like, no, Sarah, hear me out. He's like, I know right now you're upset, you're grieving, you don't know what to do with all that pain. He's like, you want to do what I did. Yeah? Take all that pain, smash things, do whatever you need. Take it all. And what you want to do is you want to lock it away in like a drawer, like a virtual drawer. I said, you know, I called my divorce drawer. And then just never deal with it. I was like, no. I was like, that is terrible advice. And he's like, no, just never look at it. And then he said, unless genuinely one day you're a little bit curious. And then he genuinely did this. I'm not, no. So what I decided to do is I thought, you know what, instead I'm going to go and get a bit of therapy. And originally I was opposed to therapy because I was worried if I got cured, I'd no longer be funny. I was like, don't take my trauma, they pay the rent and bills. But what I worked out quite early on for having therapy is it worked out that I had low self-esteem. I thought, it's a cliche, isn't it? A comedian with low self-esteem. And what it came down to is the fact that I actually have an eye condition. And I want to control yourselves because it's very sexy. Okay, I've got a very sexy eye condition. And some of you may or may not have noticed whilst I've been on stage. And it's called Dwayne's Retraction Syndrome. Anybody heard of it? No. It is a syndrome no one's ever heard of, right? It's basically where people are born without muscles in their eyes. So I was born without muscles in my left eye, so I can't look left. It just won't go left. And it's difficult because when you have something no one's ever heard of, the first thing they want to do is Google it. Yeah? Save that funsies for after the show. Because if you Google Dwayne's Retraction Syndrome, it will take you to a Wikipedia page of a guy who looks like this. Sexy. Now, I was talking about this at my gig last night, and a woman comes up to me after the show and says, oh, my ex-husband has Dwayne's. Do you want me to set you up? I was like, oh, no, we don't have to just date each other. I'm allowed to date the visually paired as well. And I was like, but you know, of interest, which eye has he got? Yeah? And she said, oh, it's the right eye. I thought, oh, opposites attract. And I thought, no, I can't date a guy just because he's got Dwayne's. And then she said, well, he's divorced as well. What am I meant to do with that information? I was like, do you expect me to set up a dating site and call it Divorced with Dwayne's? And I thought, but you know what, we can have a cracking tagline. It could be, come find us, because we can't find you. I decided to try and do the whole dating thing. But I was actually with my ex for 12 years, so a long time. We were married for 4 of those. So when I was single, didn't know how to do it. I didn't know about car parks outside gyms. So my mistake. So instead, what makes sense to me is she was like, let's go old school and we can go speed dating. And I was like, babe, I haven't been on one date in 12 years. I don't think I should go on 20 in one night. I mean, for me, I kind of think that would be like being a virgin at a gangbang. Fucking amazing. You're laughing really hard at that, which makes me quite jealous. Instead, what I decided to do is I decided to download Tinder because I wanted to see what it was all about. So I downloaded Tinder, and I hate to boast, but I did immediately match with a really hot 25-year-old. Thank you so much. And that probably is more relevant if I tell you how old I am. So basically, I recently turned 30. Thank you. And by recently, I mean about 9-10 years ago. Way more impressive than your original. So I was voucher that I matched with this guy, right? And so we go on a few dates, And then on the third day, I invite him back to mine so I can cook him dinner. Now, I hadn't had a meal for a long time. I was very, very hungry. He knows! So we're sitting on my sofa, right, and we're having a few beers, and I'm trying to be a bit sort of, like flirty with him. So I was trying to flirt with him, and I said, you know what, you're super hot, like how are you still single? And he was very honest, and he said, well, basically I'm in love with this girl at work, but I'm not really sure how to tell her. What do you think I should do? Tis quite a conundrum, isn't it? I thought, hang on a minute, you're in my house, you're drinking my drinks. I thought you were here to have the sex with me, and you just told me you're in love with another woman. And I thought, you know what? I should just throw him out, shouldn't I? This is disgusting, I deserve more than this, I should just throw him out. And then I thought, well, he's already here. It had been a rather long time for me, and I just kind of feel like I deserved it. Treat for Sarah. Now, I'm not sure if it was his youth or what, but he kind of missed a few steps. Yeah, basically, he kissed me and then immediately went down on me. To which I thought, mate, we met on Tinder, not just eat. We then proceeded towards the old fun there, you know, like the fun sort of sexy times. And he actually tried to without a condom. Now I'm actually a massive, massive cougar. So I'm down with the lingo of the younger guys, and I was like, no glove, no love. And he said, oh, did you still need to use one at your age? I was like, no, but I can still give you AIDS! With him, which is weird, and he actually ghosted me. Yeah, he ghosted me. I remember the time thinking, do you know what, it's really mean and unnecessary. Like, you don't need to ghost me. No, I mean, if you don't want me to see you anymore, just stand to my left. Smarter boys. So yeah, as mentioned, I am a cougar. Any other cougars in? Great, just me. You're all mine. But I don't really like the term cougar. Not because I'm not a predator, because I'm 100% I'm just not a big fan of the name. And people always say to me, you know, why do you like younger men? I'll be honest with you, having sex with younger men is exactly like having COVID. Yeah? Sex with younger men, exactly like COVID. Because they last longer than you think. You're left exhausted for days, and you 100% have to get tested. I don't get chatted up as much as I would like, especially after gigs. Like, I gig a lot, and some of my mates are like male comedians, and I see women throw themselves at them after gigs, and I get really upset, because I'm like, why are men not throwing themselves at me? Like, I'm funny, why not? And then I thought, is it because I'm like a funny woman? And so they think that when we're getting down and dirty, I'm just going to start cracking jokes. You know, like I'm going downtown, about to give them some pleasure, get hold of their balls, and I'm like, knock, knock, who's there? Hopefully a big penis. So I'm going to do that again. But it has transpired to me that I am attracted to mainly toxic men, which is awful, because the sex is sensational. I've realised that if they disrespect me, and I fuck them anyway, I will come harder than someone with a fixed energy tariff. It's important now. So what I've tried to do, I'll finish with this. I've tried to date more age-appropriate men. That's what I've been trying to do. So I recently dated a guy who was 37, and he could grow facial hair and everything. So me with his facial hair went on a few dates. Going quite well, so then on the third date I invited him back to mine. And as I was coming out of the bathroom, he was cutting up lines of coke on my kitchen surface with his national insurance card. And I was like, oh my God, who still has their national insurance card at 37? Came instantly. So responsible. So, you've been really lovely for me you've got a cracking line up ahead, more Carly and more Di. I don't know what more you could want. Big round of applause for them. You've been fantastic.